One of the schools I got the opportunity to observe at this semester was Mintz Elementary in Brandon. This school is located in what seemed to be a middle class neighborhood. That morning when I drove in, there were a lot of students walking to class, which shows the parents trust this is a safe neighborhood to send their kids off by themselves like that. I observed in a kindergarten class that was led by a male teacher. This school was very well maintained, and one thing I really liked was the classrooms were fairly large. This room was very well decorated and organized and just full of life. During the first 45 minutes I was there, the students worked in a computer lab with a program called iStation, which monitors students' progress and allows and then sends a report to the teacher so then the teacher can see what areas the students are excelling and struggling in. Also, I was there in the computer lab. I got the chance to talk one on one with the teacher, and he told me he was going to a workshop that weekend. Um, when I came back the next week, I observed again in the same classroom, and he had changed the complete layout of his room. He had actually taken all the desks out, and he said that this was something he had learned at this workshop that younger students, such as kindergarten, thrive better when they don't have a designated workspace. All of these things I witnessed at this school relate back to the idea of school achievement and student achievement. School achievement is typically defined by test scores like the FCAT. Even at this school, in the computer lab, there were posters up about the FCAT and how to do well on it. However, the school was also taking steps to encourage individual achievements through this program's iStation, because when the teacher gets the report back, if they see that a student is struggling in one particular area, they can better teach this student individually, take one-on-one time with them, and understand maybe what parts of their instruction they need to focus on for the student. Um, Taking steps like this is encouraging individual student achievement. The only thing I didn't see at this school was actually recognizing individual achievement. Um, a lot of schools are becoming more aware that school achievement can't be solely defined on these test scores and letter grades that the schools get. Some students just aren't good test takers and can't thrive in that kind of environment. This school, and particularly this classroom, is a great example of a turn to valuing individual student achievement more than the schools as a whole, which I think is great. As a future educator, I hope I can value each of my students and recognize that they are individuals with different backgrounds and different learning styles, which is going to affect how they thrive in my classroom and what needs to be there to help them thrive and how I need to approach teaching them. Within this classroom, the teacher told me there was a lot of language barriers. He had several Spanish speaking students and even one Hindu speaking student, which he said had been a challenge, but he had learned how to communicate effectively with them and with their parents, especially because that was their first language. But this teacher recognized this obstacle and was working through it. This care and patience is the true sign of a good educator who is taking the diversity of his students into account and using that when instructing them. Part of helping students achieve and be successful is teaching in a way that they can learn and that they can thrive, and using this immense diversity that is going to be there no matter what when you have 20 different individuals in one classroom and yourself.